Hi, everyone. As part of the today's session, we are gonna study if at all any object is there, how exactly I can identify by their text. So let us go to the documentation. If you scroll down further, these type of locators, they are calling it as a wildcard locators where they are giving with these brackets. Okay, where they are giving with this particular brackets. So for suppose consider this as an example, the bing.com application chart. So it's a text that we can see. I can identify an object using its text with the help of these wildcard locators. I want to identify images. I can identify the images using this particular wildcard locators like that. So the using these wildcard locators, no matter whichever the tag might be, by looking into that particular text itself, we can easily identify that. So here they have a given certain examples how exactly we can use these wildcard locators. They have a given a simple examples on each and everything. So the first way here they have a given is click is the command. See the outside border, whatever we have is a command, just ignore it. So this up to this bracket, this is a command, right? So we are using a click operation here, ignore it. Okay, forgot about this particular click command. As of now, we want to study only about the internal locator, what they have defined it. Open braces a click me. If you have a given this locator like this, what is the meaning of this one is the first A. So usually there are in a HTML screen, there are a multiple A's are there. Out of all those multiple A's, I want to identify the first A which contains the click me text. Whatever the click me text is there, the first click me text, the text is also exactly matching the same. Okay, it should match the exact text. Then only you need to perform a click operation there. Okay, perfect. So let us write down a simple example for this one, which has a first match. So what I'm doing means I'm opening this bing.com. So copy this bing.com URL. Go back to the existing program, open a bing.com on the browser, identify using its link text. I want to identify using its link text. So here I'm specifying the URL and delete these commands. I want to use a click command itself, delete the parameters, whatever we have in a click. The syntax is open bracket, close the bracket, and the text name. So identify the tag name for these images. The images is having a tag name as a, and this is what the text that it has. Copy it, open bracket, A, close the bracket of images. The meaning is identify a first tag A which has exact images text. Let me try to run this thing and check out whether it is clicking on that images or not. Okay, so here whenever we used a here this kind of a syntax, which itself means that it's gonna match the exact text. Okay, that's what the ultimate point is. It's gonna match the exact text here. That's one it's gonna perform. Okay, so let it go. So here, it should click on that particular images. Hence, it clicked on it and the images screen is being populated for us. See, the images screen is being populated for us. Perfect. So this is the way how exactly you can use an images, an exact text. Okay, perfect. And once we are done with this particular exact text, then let us go back to the browser. And here, if you see, basically, if you are not specifying any tag name here, no matter whichever the tag might be, if the text is a maintaining or if the text is a constant, then it will go and click it. So here, I don't know what exactly the tag is. Okay, so if I leave it as a blank here, what it's gonna do means whichever the tag might be, it's not gonna consider the tag. It will just identify the images and it will click on it. Whether it might be having an A tag, whether it might be having a div tag, whether it might be having a spam tag, whichever the tag might be, it will identify and it will perform that particular operation. Let it run and let us see how this is going to work. It's getting executed. Now it should open the bing.com. Again, it should click on an images. That's what it should do. Let's wait and see. So as we have given a delay there. So delay is a command that we have used, which will wait for a few seconds. If you consider your Selenium, we are using Java, thread.sleep commands there, right? The similar to that of a thread.sleep. So we are using here delay as well. Copy this code, update that a piece of a code here. Okay, update that a piece of a code here. Perfect. And let's go back to the browser. And the third syntax here is within the braces, there is a cap. The first element, any tag name where the text contains here. So we are not going with an exactly the same text. So here, if I keep a cap here, the meaning out over there is if the object contains this text, go and click it. Earlier, without this cap, it will identify the exact text. And this time, it's a partial text, I can say. It's a partial text. So out of images, I'm just giving imag and I'm trying to run this particular feature file. Let us see how exactly this is going to work right now. So we are giving a partial text. So in general, maybe the button may be today's deals or something else, fresh thoughts, something like that. If you have those objects, you can easily identify that particular object just by using a today's deal or fresh work, something, whichever the first portion of the text or the second portion of the text, you can give it and you can identify that. Still it identified using an images. Okay, still it identified using the images. I'm copying this particular program and I'm updating this inside this feature file too. Okay, inside this feature file, I have updated this content. Come back here and then the spam of a click. So it means here, this is of any tag. Whereas here, the cap followed by a tag name means this any text will be there, but it's gonna be the first spam. Okay, the first spam, it's gonna be any tag. The same way here, the first a tag, which might be any of that particular image content. Okay, so here we are specifying the tag name followed by a partial amount of a text that it should be displayed on a browser. That's it, as it is. It's not going to change anything the execution wise. It will go and identify the images and it will perform a click operation on that images. So I'm not showing up that execution. I'm just directly pasting down my code as my program is always executing, hence I'm not skipping. So here it navigated to the images and let's skip out from that. Okay, that's it. And here the div offer to. So why we come up to here means if you observe this particular syntax, this is talking about the first element itself. Surendra, if there is a second element, then how are we going to deal with it? So the same thing here, the object of it's the index, the second object or the third object or the fourth object, whichever the index might be, you need to specify that particular index. A of 1. Okay, so A of 1, which is gonna be the first a tag name. So I'm just removing this cap here in this situation. Of course, we can also use that particular cap. I'm not using that particular cap right now. The exact first link, which is having a tag name as a and click on that particular thing. If there are multiple objects are there, so in a certain application, there are 3 to 4 images are there and your requirement is to click on a fourth image and you can use a colon of and you can specify that particular thing. Okay, you can use a colon of and you can specify your desired information. Colon of a third object, a colon of a fourth object, colon of a fifth object, like that. You can specify your desired object here using this particular syntax. Okay, using your desired syntax, you can specify this whole chunk. Good, done the deal. And then the next point that we need to consider here is Okay, and there is a parent node. Okay, for this object, there is a parent object also. In such a cases, the parent object slash the desired object, you can perform a click operation. And I want to go with the fourth object. So in such a cases, I can use an index of a 4. So the same syntax, the div. So if at all we are specifying a tag name, this is going to be this one. If I don't want to specify my tag name, I can use a star here, which is going to be a regular expression, any tag name, but I want to go with the fourth element, which is having a me text. That's going to be these locators, guys. These are the various examples of these wildcard locators. In the next session, we will see about a friendly locators. Okay, that's all I have. See you again in the next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.